Hey.
Hey, how was your day?
It was pretty good. I just chilled. Went swimming for like 30 minutes. It was a half-assed workout, but did what I could. Tried to swim.
You know what Yoda says?
There's no try. There's only do.
Exactly.
I stole your thunder.
You didn't steal anything. It's still there. It's really do. No try.
Yeah, I mean,
Trying is for the birds.
it was good.
Good.
Like I did breaststroke for most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Breaststroke's the easiest stroke.
Oh, breaststroke is the easiest stroke. I thought no, butterfly is the hardest.
Butterfly is the hardest.
Okay.
That shit tires you out so fast. Going like that in the water, it's too much. It's too much.
Why is it called butterfly?
Cause I think you like flap your wings like a butterfly or something.
I thought butterfly is flat this way.
I don't. You ask like the strangest questions. Like, how am I supposed to know why it's called butterfly?
You should do research on it. You got Google, right? Then Google it and find out why it's called butterfly. Then you add it to the fount of your knowledge.
Yeah,
In everything,
true.
you should do that. You should go deeper and deeper and find something more and understand.
I don't know. It's just called butterfly. It's like one of those accepted things that nobody tells you why it's called butterfly.
That's why you should learn. So,
But-
how about what about your hiccups? Are they gone?
I think they've gone. Yeah.
Where?
What do you mean where?
Where did the hiccups go? I mean, you said they've gone. You talked as if you knew where they've gone.
There's an area of the world called miscellaneous.
Okay.
That's where the hiccups were.
Okay. Do they have friends, brothers, sisters, family then?
Sneezes, that's where they go.
Sneezes also go there. Okay.
Coughs.
Coughs go there. Okay. That's interesting. Did you notice that they are putting up new electric poles on Homestead?
Really?
Yeah. Did you
Are we?
notice?
Is this a conversation topic we're going to talk about?
Well, that's one of the conversation topics we can talk about.
The electric poles on Homestead.
And there on top of that house, I can see an anemometer that they have put there for wind speed.
Okay, explain what that is. What's an anemometer?
It's for wind speed. It's for determining wind speed. So it rotates.
What does it look like?
It looks like 3 cups that are connected together. It's like the same concept as a windmill, but these are cups. So that when the wind blows, it rotates. And the speed at which it rotates tells you the speed of the wind.
Cool.
So it's the, I don't know why, this is brand new though, that they have an anemometer over there. I haven't seen it before. There's something else also over there, which I wonder what it is behind that. But that seems like an electric pole, new one that they're putting up.
He's cleaning.
Huh?
He's cleaning his car. So what is that's the paneer rose. What's the other new plant we got?
It's
Mom, come into
apricot.
the camera.
Apricot.
Mom, come into the camera. If you're going
See,
to
the
talk, come
other
into the
tree
camera.
that we got is apricot, and the rose is the paneer rose. And you tell me you have also ordered something else. I don't know where we're going to put everything.
We'll have a nice green forest
Without-
all around,
Okay. Then we should populate it with some animals too. Flora and fauna.
Dude, I want a
Not
duck
just flora. You want a duck
and a squirrel
and a squirrel?
and some cats.
Okay.
Maybe a goat.
Maybe a goat.
I want a farm.
You want a farm. Okay.
But I don't want to do any of the work involved. I just want to see the baby animals and like, hug them and cuddle with them.
Yeah, you should have been born in a different family then. Pray hard that in the next incarnation you'll be born to a family which has got a farm. You believe in that, don't you?
Well, okay, if we're talking about religion as a whole,
It's not religion, it's
I
purely.
believe in some parts of religion, but not all of it.
No, we're not talking about religion. We're talking simply about reincarnation. Do you believe in it or not?
Well, yeah, but I don't think it works like, oh, you're reincarnated as a cockroach. I think it's more like,
Well, if you sin a lot, you might end up being a cockroach. Or if you do a lot of good things, you might end up as a cockroach. The cockroaches are, indestructible.
Yeah.
You can crush them, you can beat them, you can hit them, they're still there.
but they're pests.
They're pests to humans, but to other cockroaches, they are friends. Without
They have
cockroaches,
a
they're
lifespan. Don't they have a lifespan of like 60 days? Or
yeah, something like that. Very short amount of time, but they enjoy life. No, that's what's fun about it.
They enjoy life.
Short life, yeah. I mean, they can go anywhere they want. Sewers, refrigerators, anywhere and everywhere. Eat anything they want. Man, wonderful life they have.
What about cockroach spray? What if those raid or something like that?
That's the main thing. Human beings don't like cockroaches. That doesn't mean everybody dislikes cockroaches. Cockroaches have their friends. Elephants love cockroaches
Really? Why?
because the cockroaches and elephants are good friends. They made a pact way back when.
Oh, this is a joke. Okay,
No,
they
it's
don't
not.
actually like cockroaches.
I love cockroaches. So they're all good. The insect family and all that, they keep cockroaches. Everything is good. So that door's open and the AC is on, Sudha. Not that it matters, but I'm just letting you know. You won't get the target temperature. So yeah,
So you like these glasses?
I like the glass. They're shaped really good, and I like them. And they fit
They
really
go.
well.
They go with my head shape.
They go with your head. Yes. They're pretty cool. Oh.
Yeah, they're the first ones I tried on, and they worked.
That's good. That's good. Oh, I think that plant needs some support. It's bending
Yeah.
away from the light. This one's going straight.
Dad, don't point at things outside the camera, because then no one can like really see.
The mystery is enhanced, right? The mystery is there, so people want to know a little bit more. So they'll hope that in the next segment we'll show it, which we can very easily. That's the plant that I was talking of, straight. That's the plant that I was talking of that is not straight. See? Now we have solved the mystery for them. They are happier.
I guess.
What do you guess?
I mean, we should be the center of attention, you know?
You should be the center of attention.
We.
We in French means yes, which is a good thing. So, what were we discussing? Apart from the fact that you got new glasses, and the glasses look good.
So this Biomutant game that I'm playing,
Yeah.
it's got a lot of like it draws a lot of attention to like the environmental crisis,
What's the environmental crisis?
global warming.
What's the global warming all about?
Well, basically what it's saying is we're putting our waste in the water. We're gonna make the water really toxic.
Yeah.
And it's gonna turn into like some sort of like ooze later on.
Okay.
And then there's going to be like mutated animals that come out of the ooze, or mutated beings that come out of the ooze.
You know, man has evolved over millions of years, right? You agree?
Yes.
So at one point in time, he's eating some kind of berries, some kind of animals, whatever animal was there, he killed it and ate it, right?
Yeah.
And he was not even cooking until he got fire. After he got fire, he started cooking it and eating it, right?
Yeah.
Then he figured out that, oh, if I put some of these leaves in there, it might taste a little better. But he kind of evolved from eating triceratops to now eating duck and chicken, right?
Well,
So
more
when-
like berries and nuts and woolly mammoths and shit. So like,
Yeah, I don't think he ate shit, but and watch your language.
watch my language.
You're on a podcast. You want, don't want it to be an X-rated podcast and prevent youngsters from listening to the wealth of wisdom that they can glean from our conversation.
Okay, Dad.
So, what I'm saying is, even if we pollute the environment, we will adapt. We will change. We will eat the ooze and
But
be
how
happy.
long does that take, Dad?
Couple of
It
million
takes
years.
Millions of years.
Couple of
You're
million
right.
years.
We don't have that kind of time.
What do you mean we don't have? With this ooze will affect people only, let's say, 100, 200 years from now. By the time you and I, even if we come back in other incarnations, we might come back as
I'm
something
talking
the
about the
Who's.
human race as a whole.
Human race as a whole will adapt.
Not in the time span that we need to.
No, it will definitely adapt in the times when we need to.
Okay, make this make sense. You're saying millions of years later, the humans will adapt to eat the ooze or eat whatever, like adapt
No.
to the ooze.
Humans will not exist like we believe humans to be right now. Humans
like worms.
Humans in the next 100, 200 years will change. We'll have 4 arms, 14 legs, and we'll eat all kinds of stuff. We'll have 3 mouths. One will be specialized in eating worms, the other will be specialized in eating rice. We'll have all kinds of stuff. So we'll be all different. In 200 years from now, we'll be all different. And we'll eat ooze, and it'll be fine. Which is what we call humans anymore.
200 years ago, we weren't that different from what we are today. How do you know that will evolve?
Because as you point out, the environment is changing. We'll also change. We'll mutate. We'll mutate. Believe me, we'll mutate.
Do we really want to mutate that way?
You don't have a choice. Mutations, by definition, are not predictable. They just happen.
I don't think that's good. Like
The other direction that we might
Yeah.
go in is that half of us will become robotic. We'll have, mechanical arms. We'll have mechanical eyes.
I was actually thinking about that.
And then after that, the ooze doesn't matter to us. We'll live on something else. We'll live on raw carbon. We'll consume carbon from carbon dioxide, and ooze or no ooze, we'll be fine.
It's kind of scary.
Why? We are carbon life forms.
Have you seen the movie Surrogates with Bruce Willis?
Kind of. You told me about it. Maybe I've seen it, maybe I've not.
So in that movie, humans don't go outside. Humans don't interact with each other through human bodies. It's all through robots that they control. It's like a video game. Like real life is like a video game. Bruce Willis goes outside, and he's the only human, and people look at him like he's crazy.
How do you know he is human? Because he could be his surrogate that is moving there. How do you know he's real? How does anybody know he's real?
No, because of the way he acts. Because he doesn't act like a robot. He's like people ask him like, do you want like a spray or something like that? He's like, no. People are like, do you want to like get? So they have a form of drugs and alcohol in the world that's like getting buzzed, like literally. Like, do you electrify yourself or something?
Huh.
And like he's like, no, I don't want to do that. And then people are like, oh wow, he's a normal human. And like,
Or maybe he's a robot whose human master doesn't want him to do that.
robot who's human master. No, what? No, it's
If I don't want my surrogate to drink or get buzzed, I'll not allow my surrogate to get drink or get buzzed.
yeah. I mean, I was saying more. I started more stuff than drinking and getting buzzed.
So then what happens?
I don't remember the.
They gang up to kill him because he's abnormal.
He's actually like they're searching for something or something like that, and he has to find it before they do. Evil robots. There's also like guns in the game and stuff.
Interesting. I don't have any recent movie or thing that I can talk about that would be interesting.
We could talk about Mission Impossible 3, or it's not 3, it's like 7 or something, 6. Remember that movie?
Yeah, I don't like the fact that they made part 1, part 2, and
They did that with Across the Spider-Verse too.
they did that with Dune too.
But Doom needed it. They like could not fit that whole thing into one.
How come 30 years ago they fitted it into one good movie and it was beautiful?
I didn't watch the 30-year ago movie, so I can't
The
comment.
30-year ago movie was wonderful. And yeah, Chani was not as pretty as Zendaya, and maybe The other guy was better than Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet, it's Chalamet.
Chalamet or Chalamet not, but the other guy wasn't as. But they conveyed the whole thing. It's beautifully done. You should see the whole Dune. You want to see the whole Dune?
No, I'm not interested. I already saw the new one. I can't go back. I have to go forward.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty good.
Have you
I like
seen the
the Dune.
reincarnation of Peter Proud?
No, you've told me stories about it. You snuck out to the movies with your brother.
No. Reincarnation of Peter Proud. Curse. Yeah, I did.
And you saw the movie and you loved it and it made you want to come to America.
That was a Hindi movie that I saw. I didn't see the English one.
Oh, really?
So in the Hindi version of Reincarnation of Peter Proud, he survives. In the actual English version of Reincarnation of Peter Proud, and even in the book, she kills him the second time around. You know the story?
I've heard it before, but you can tell it again.
So there's this guy. He's a golf guy or something. He's a tennis team coach or something. Falls in love with this woman. They get married. He's actually very, very rich. He doesn't have to be a tennis coach at all. He's got lots of money. And then he has a habit of late night going and swimming across a pond. And in general, he swims and he comes back, and that's his kind of relaxation. This woman goes, spikes his drink, he drinks, goes swimming in the pond. She goes in the small boat, and then she hits him on the head with the oar, and he dies. And she becomes very rich.
Is the woman his wife?
Yeah, his wife. Now he reincarnates as somebody else who visits this place with his wife. So he reincarnates as another guy who visits this place with his wife, and they are there, and this woman is there too, and they the guy ditches his wife and starts courting this woman because he's got this link from the past. And then same thing happens. She challenges him to swim across. He swims across. She goes in the boat, hits him with the oar, kills him the second time. In the Hindi version of it, she's unable to kill him the second time. He comes and he points out that she's the one who killed him the first time. And then she goes to jail.
Damn. So Hindi one has a happy ending.
Yeah.
How does she know him in the American one? How does she know him the second time?
She didn't until he starts asking questions and he starts saying, you know this person, right? Because he suspects her and he actually wants to point out that she killed him the first time.
Well,
but he kind of gets enticed by her and all that stuff.
theoretically, if you have billions upon billions of reincarnations you could make, you're gonna get her eventually.
But that doesn't happen. Two reincarnations. There's a quota.
No.
There's a quota.
There's no quota.
No, there's a quota because according to, Buddhism, right? Once you reach the top of the wheel, you're done.
At the top of the wheel
You're
is
self-actualized.
enlightenment.
Yeah, you're enlightened. So Peter Proud got enlightened the second time
really?
around. How I know?
Hey, Vasu,
A good book. Yes,
you
Sudha.
didn't take the bed.
Huh?
You didn't take the bed.
I didn't go upstairs at all, Sudha.
Yeah, well, you have to go now and make it.
You're going
We're in the middle of something.
After that.
Well, your suggestion is taken under advisement.
Well, I'm sorry, you have to. Please.
Huh?
I said, please.
You're sorry? Why are you sorry?
I said, I'm sorry, you have to do it.
I have to do it because you have ordered and it shall be done.
Yes.
It's been ordered, it shall be done.
Yes.
I think the only person who doesn't give me orders in this house is Angie.
I don't give you orders.
All the time you give me orders. So don't worry
I
about it.
don't give you orders.
No, very subtle.
They're more like suggestions.
Yeah, strong suggestions. Mom gives me orders. No, mom also strong suggestion. You will go upstairs and make the bed. It's a strong suggestion.
We had some good times.
Angie doesn't give me any orders.
And she's so cute.
Angie, come here.
You have to introduce Angie to your crowd.
Angie, come. Let me introduce you to the crowd.
Don't
Okay, bring Angie here.
Angie, go. Don't move. This is Angie's introduction. Here comes Angie Banji. Angie,
Give me
Anjali Banjali. Doing.
This is Angie. Angie is she's a mix of a terrier and a chihuahua. And she is 5 years old.
Daddy, go to
And
Daddy.
she is
Daddy.
uncomfortable where she's sitting.
Go to Daddy.
And she's gonna jump and run away. And she has.
Damn
Of
it.
course, before scratching me left, right, and center.
Can't keep on to Angie for too long.
Daddy, go to
It's a
Daddy.
free spirit.
Angie's a free spirit.
Anjali, Banjali.
Yeah, I mean-
Patanjali. Angie.
What is the movie in which Anjali comes?
Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Something happens. Something happens.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's a good movie. Rab Ne Banaji Jodi also good movie.
Yeah.
Fun.
Angie Banji. Angie Banji went round the world.
Angie.
Angie Banji went round the world. Right, Angie?
Shall we conclude this podcast for now?
No, let's keep going.
Till how long?
I don't know.
Ganesh, one suggestion.
Har Har Mahadev.
Count this off and then come up with an agenda and then follow that so it's interesting for everybody.
No, we tried that. It doesn't really work.
It doesn't.
I like it more like this.
But in this busy world, many people may not have time for this.
Okay,
Yes.
here we are. Dynamometer spinning. Okay.
I would suggest you guys pick a topic, prepare a little bit. People should say they benefited from the podcast.
This podcast is one of those casual ones that I have in the past referred to as Jackass podcasts, which is freewheeling, stream of consciousness type podcast.
They're not jackass podcasts.
It's a term that I used, so
It has a negative connotation.
yeah, the jackasses don't think so. The jackasses feel that.
Well, no one ever calls you're a jackass. You think people like being called a jackass?
No, I call the podcast a jackass podcast. I didn't call the people jackasses.
Yeah, but what do you think
The
that
people who
says?
listen to that podcast are jackasses. Not the guys who make the podcast. They are pure asses. But in any case, I'm going to sit more comfortably now. 1, 2, up and away. My legs feel good. This is the most comfortable chair in the house. It's not just me who attests to that, but Maddie and Angie do so too.
Angie loves it.
Yeah, by the by, for folks who don't know, Maddie is our elder dog, but 14 years old.
Angie's the one we love more, though.
Angie's the younger one,
That we love more.
5 years old.
Angie's the one we love more. Angie's the one that's more energetic, social, likes to be around people, doesn't cause trouble on walks. Angie's the better one.
She does get in the garbage can though. And she jumps up onto the countertop if she can. Pulls down the food.
All
shares it
dogs
with
do
me.
that. All dogs do that.
So Ganesh, what are your plans for tomorrow?
Jackass podcast.
Probably gonna hang out, play some more Biomutant, try to read a bit. Then I'm gonna hang out with Joy in the afternoon.
So let me ask you about your reading. What are you reading?
I'm reading this book called Going Postal.
What's
by
it
Terry
about?
Pratchett. It's about this longtime swindler, thief, liar who tries to go on the straight and narrow and be a postmaster general.
Who offered him the job?
Captain Vetinari.
Captain, not Lord, huh? Okay.
Yeah, captain. He's a captain.
Yeah, in making money, he has become a lord.
Lord of the Rings.
So, I've heard of writer's block. I've not heard much about reader's block. Do you think you have a reader's block?
I think I have a bit of reader's block. I'm like,
What do you mean? When you say bit, what does that bit mean?
it means like, I feel like reading needs to call my name. It just hasn't for the past while, you know?
I don't understand what you just said. Explain.
So it's like, I need to want to read. And I just haven't been wanting to read for the past while.
So you need some incentive to read, right? Do you need an
not
incentive
really
to read?
incentive, more like purpose.
So how do you differentiate that incentive versus purpose? So if you read this book,
Incentive is like something you can get. Purpose is like something you can give.
so after reading this book, you believe you should be able to give something?
Yeah,
So that's-
give some knowledge, some thoughts.
So you don't believe that reading this book will allow you to do that? What kind of book would you like to read which will allow you to give something? Would it be fiction? How would fiction allow you to give something?
Because you can give a story to someone.
Also,
Give your
reading this
thoughts.
book.
You can okay, so whenever I read something or listen to music or do anything like that of the sort, I analyze the characters. I analyze the book.
Do you write it
I
down?
no.
So
It's
what's
just
the point? You can't give it to anybody.
You don't
Is
need
this
to
your-
give it a physical hard copy of something to someone. You can tell it orally. You can write it in a blog. You don't have to give someone a copy of something.
Okay, so have you written a blog on
You
this
don't need to
book?
write a blog. I just said you could give it to them orally.
So from your perspective, if you give it to Angie orally, you're fine.
Well, maybe someone more human who can actually understand the book.
Okay. So, for example, would it be your dad?
Or Joy or something
Or
like
Joy?
that.
Okay. Or Joy? Okay. I think we should adjourn.
I think we should keep going.
Okay. What if I close my eyes and go to sleep now?
That would be detrimental to the podcast.
But it'd make an interesting twist to the podcast, wouldn't it?
Okay, if we could have a segment called Do Stuff to Dad While He Sleeps, you can sleep. Okay. You're gonna splash him with some water.
Alright. Alright.
I'm actually gonna splash with water, Dad. Just
I'm awake.
You awake? You awake? Dad, I'm gonna splash you with water. No, I'm not that mean. I'm just gonna tickle you.
Hey.
I'm not asleep.
I'm not asleep.
Alright, so let's keep talking.
It'll be a long podcast. People
Yeah.
like short podcasts.
People like long podcasts.
People like short podcasts.
Yeah, very packed with information.
No, they don't. That's just you. Mom, stop trying to impose your own ideas on what this podcast should be. Do you even listen to podcasts, Mom?
Yes, very much.
Really? Like what?
I
So, Dad,
Yes, Ganesh.
I was just wondering.
You're wondering. That's a good thing to do once in a while.
What is your stance on fencing?
Fencing is a good sport.
Get it? Stance on fencing? Like, you have a fencing stance?
Yeah. Fencing is a good sport. Rich people's sport. Useless in many different ways.
Nah, don't you want to be like D'Artagnan or Porthos, Aramis,
Aramis. Athos.
Athos?
Why?
Because they're super cool. They have sword fighting capabilities. Don't you want to be like a pirate? I would love to be a pirate.
Pirates these days use guns.
They also have swords in case anybody gets close combat.
They don't. Not anymore. They have knives, but no swords.
Fine, knives. You don't want to be good with a knife?
No. I'm not going to go on the high seas and try to raid another ship.
You don't want to be a Somali pirate?
No. I don't want to be a Somali. I don't want to be a pirate.
But it's so cool. Like, you can steal stuff.
So, if I gave you $500, you would fly to Somalia and register there to become a pirate?
I'm just talking about the idea. I don't mean like the practicality of the matter.
So there you go. You're saying it's impractical. All ideas are great. Yeah, sure. I'd like to be Aladdin.
Yeah, then do it.
I'd like to be Superman.
Well, you know, we could invent a flying carpet if we really wanted to. You and me.
Yeah, sure.
Like, we could do it. Like, we could just... Okay, what does it need? It needs, like, some sort of hovering device underneath the carpet that allows it to hover. Or it needs to be embedded into the carpet itself.
Hover. You need to be able to make it fly, not hover.
Oh, yeah, we'll fly, but... I'm saying we can start off with hover and then go to fly.
No half measures, man. You either have a flying carpet or you don't. I can't be, instead of being Aladdin, I can't be Allah. Or just Din. I gotta be Aladdin. So I need a flying carpet. Right?
That's true.
So what we have to do is build a flying carpet. In the center of it, underneath the carpet, will be some engines.
Engines?
Yeah, to kind of propel it and whatever.
Oh, I thought you said engines.
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 Indians.
Indians.
Flapping their hands so fast that the carpet will rise up in the air.
Or just holding it up and running.
And then they climb one on top of the other so that the carpet appears to be flying.
Yeah. Very acrobatic, these engines.
California, Texas.
Let's talk about the song "Marry Me" by Thomas Rhett.
Hi, Mary. How are you?
Let's talk about the song "Marry Me" by Thomas Rhett.
Ultimately, she marries him, so he's happily ever after.
We don't know that. We don't know that. The song ends different than the video.
I don't care. In my mind, she marries him, and everybody lives happily ever after.
Who's this?
Somebody wrote a song, a ballad, where he goes on for about 1.5 minutes saying she's not going to marry him. In the end, she says she's marrying him. Hey!
It's a good song, dude.
Alauddin Khilji.
Nabuzadwar Siddiqui.
Which is this?
Nabuzadwar Siddiqui. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about him?
Had a good run. He's done.
Who's he?
The one movie that I liked in that he acted in is where he's got there's this girl who lives next door from him.
Lunchbox.
He's just come back now, Lunchbox. He's come back from Muscat or Oman or something, and she wants to marry a guy who's going to Muscat, but he's been fired from his job. So he comes back. He doesn't tell anybody he's been fired. So she wants to marry him. So she kind of acts nice to him and this and that and all that. Then finally, he says, "Oh, he's been fired." Then she says she doesn't want to marry him, but he wants to marry her. And it's kind of comedy of errors. It's kind of fun. And he's short, she's tall. Seen that movie?
No.
Heard of that movie?
I thought it was Lunchbox.
No, it's not Lunchbox. Lunchbox is different. Lunchbox is different. This I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, he's best known for Gangs of West Side Boy.
You can't see because it's priced. It comes on some other.
And then he's also known for Sacred Games.
Which
Ganesh Gaithan.
Gaitonde. But it kind of went in a different direction. It didn't. I don't know if it ended.
All I remember is the Sardar. He's chasing some people. He finds them, and then they cut off his finger.
Yeah.
That shit was brutal, man.
Yeah.
Cut off his finger.
Thank God they cut off only one finger, huh?
Yeah, true.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me. You don't want to play with me. You actually want to go out and take a walk, right?
Don't play with him.
You want to go
Don't
for
play
a walk,
with him.
right? She wants to go for a walk. When she comes to me like this, it means that she wants to go for a walk. So when are you and Mom taking the dogs for a walk?
You're coming too. Don't worry.
No, I'm not. You didn't buy a new leash for me, so I can't come. You got only 2 leashes.
Dad, you're not an animal.
I'm getting there. Right, Mary? You're a good doggy. Didn't listen to me this morning. Good doggy. 14 years old. Doctor said you are 80 years old. Are you 80 years old?
Dad, you're having a side conversation with the dog. Focus. Focus.
Are you 80 years old? Doctor said you're 80 years old. Even though I look at you and say the thing, it's meant for the dog, and the dog knows it. Doggy-o, my doggy-o.
Remember the Sandlot?
How much is the doggy in the window?
Remember the Sandlot?
Yep.
That's how you should think of Maddie.
Once in a while she'll put her tongue out and lick me.
That's how you should think of Maddie.
Yeah.
The Sandlot. Do you remember that Sandlot?
No, I don't remember how I should think of Maddie. Explain that.
So like, there's a dog in the Sandlot, and they hit a baseball onto its like area, and then they try to go get the baseball back. The dog is very ferocious. So what I was trying to say is Maddie is very ferocious and like angry.
Maddie is ferocious, my god. Maddie is not ferocious.
Yeah, she
Maddie
is.
very nice.
Dude, once I took her piece of food on accident, she snarled, like full on snarled at me.
No, shouldn't have taken her food.
It was an accident.
How can it be an accident taking your food away?
Well, okay, she bit like half of it,
So how can it be an accident that you
and
took
then I
the
kept the
other?
other half.
Why would you do that? For Maddie was hoping for the other half.
Because you guys told me half a biscuit. So I was just like, half a biscuit? Okay, half a biscuit.
But why trouble me? Why don't you go trouble mommy? She's the prime mover. She has to decide when we go for a walk. Troubling me is not going to get you anything. I'm not the boss. There are two people you can trouble to get what you want. Mommy and Ganesh.
No, don't trouble me. I don't know shit.
No, he doesn't know shit. He knows everything else besides shit. Okay. I think I'm done with this podcast, Ganesh.
No, we can keep going.
41 minutes.